Can change. It can change like that due to one little word, married. See ya. You know, I don't really know how to play this, and yet it doesn't really stop me from doing things. Isn't that amazing? There you go. That's a little lesson for you right off the bat. Don't let not knowing how to do something stop you from doing something. Example, my amazing How to Start a Podcast video series, episode 8. That's where we're at. I'm actually kind of thinking like time to go kind of in a different direction. You know, like a variety show, do you know? Because I have a lot of varietal talents. I have this kazoo, which I'm getting pretty comfortable with. I've got this ukulele, which I've learned the C. That was a couple weeks ago. I kind of put it down since then. Am I even hitting the right string? Okay, that's without the C, the chord. And this is with, isn't that a lovely way to start a song? With that. What if we could start a song with that? All you really need to start a song is that. All right, I have to put the ukulele back where it's been waiting for me to practice. Wait, I got a text. That's from my sister. I just posted a video on Instagram and TikTok, and she liked it. I like when people like stuff I do. People don't like this so much, you know, but I don't really care because this is really a work in progress. And in fact, I feel like everything I do is a work in progress. And I think you should feel like everything you do is a work in progress too. And then we're all just works in progress, you know, and then you die. That's pretty much how life goes. I'll share some interesting. I wrote this down the other day, and I think it would be useful for you. Not even knowing you, I think you're going to get something from this. Okay, this is a tip from one person to another, and the advice that he got from like an Uber driver. Isn't everyone getting advice from Uber drivers now? The tip is write where you are. So if you have trouble writing, write where you are. Like right now, if I were writing this, I would be writing like, oh, here I am doing my podcast series on YouTube video, instructing people on how to do it. And I'm not sure how well it's going. See, I could just like start writing about it, or I could write about my nightmare last night, because that's kind of where I am too. I had this really terrible nightmare. It was one of those nightmares where like as you're going through the nightmare, you're like, wake up, and I kept saying to like people in the dream, wake me up, I'm just wake me up, it's a dream, wake me up, which is from, right, Vanilla Sky, which if you haven't seen, I think I just gave it away. You find out he's like trying to wake up from a dream. Spoiler alert, starring Tom Cruise. He's such a movie star, and he's also the right height. If you want to be a movie star, a male movie star, it's good to be medium height. I don't know why that is, but I've just noticed that some of the greatest movie stars, male, are not that tall. And yet they like models for their female actresses. So you've got short men and models. So the man has to stand on an apple box, but still be like the macho guy. And that's good acting. Anyway, I couldn't wake up from the dream. I mean, I was aware I was in a dream. So I was kind of lucid, but not completely, because when you're totally lucid, you not only are aware that you're in a dream, but you can control the dream. Oh my God, doesn't that sound fun? And the trick to be able to do this, I haven't been able to remember to do this in my dreams. So I know I haven't mastered it yet, but the idea is you look at your hands. Something by looking at your hands, you can then kind of like take control of the dream. If you guys know what I'm talking about, certainly fill me in. I like to share a lot of information that I don't even have 100% right, and not all the facts for sure. And sometimes I'm like some vague idea of something I heard with some information, but not all of it, never all of it. That's just how my brain works. It's just like, it's quick like this for sure. I can cover a lot of topics all at once, but any of them thoroughly, no, because that's a different part of the brain. And in general, I don't really use that part. Did I tell you I got my new prescription? I think I did. I can't tell because I've had to do a couple takes. I know you're watching this and you're like, really? You do takes of this? You do multiple takes of this? That seems kind of hard to believe. And I agree. I agree. The first time the camera wasn't on. Sometimes I get interrupted. Sometimes I just lose my concentration. It takes a lot of energy to focus when you have ADD. It's exhausting. I need blinders, like that horse that's just been accused of cheating. What do you think of that? Bob Baffert, did he do it or was he set up? Hard to say. That'd be like a good movie, like there's a horse, like Black Beauty, running for a horse race, and he wins, just like Baffert's horse did Medina. And then afterwards, somebody, as they're walking by, just like with a shot, and injects him. And then he loses. In the movie, he would actually lose his title because that's more dramatic. And then he has to make a comeback, but now he's addicted to the drug. Let's say they gave him heroin, and now the horse is addicted on heroin, but he wants to race again. But they're like, "Come on, dude! You gotta get off the whack." And then he starts training with Mickey Rooney, and then in the end of the movie, he races again, and this time he's triumphant, and that would be a really good movie. But then he could relapse after the movie. That's the way most intervention shows go. I'd like to share this with you too. I heard this somewhere. And it says, people, by and large, become what they think of themselves. That's pretty heavy. So my question to you is, what do you think of yourself? And that's what you're going to become. We went to see a famous trumpet player once in concert. And he came out and he played a song on the trumpet. And he was amazing because he's like a famous trumpet player. And he played one song and then he took it off his lips and he looked at it and he said, "I hate this thing." And then he played piano for the rest of the concert. But I can see why, because I was doing a different technique there. Normally I just go like this, but this time I was kind of using it like a trumpet, like more lips. See? I don't know if there's a book on how to play the kazoo. I don't know if you need one, but it certainly seems like there's some things. Can you play it backwards? It sounds like I smoked too much and I had to get that. All right, more tips. We're going to do more tips. This one says water and stretch. Because sometimes at night, if you get cramps, two things are happening. One, you haven't had enough water that day. You didn't drink enough. And number two, you might have drank enough, but you didn't drink enough water. And number two, stretch. So if you exercise, you got to stretch and drink water. All right? Clearly, one day I forgot to do that. My kazoo version of the very, very great Candor and Ebb song, Cabaret. Thanks for listening.